Hello everybody, welcome back to the Two Norries podcast. I'm your host James and I'm joined as always my good friend Timmy Long.
Hi everyone.
We have two Bandon men, father and son, Aidan and David Burke.
How are things, lads?
How are you, lads?
Thanks
We're
for
good,
having
we're
us.
good.
Shocking old day in Cork City today,
Oh,
isn't it?
indeed.
Cork City and County.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
We can only swim in here.
Well, washed out of it. I family in Middleton, boats they got out of their estate today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Boats. Did they get a boat
Swear
out of
to
the
God,
estate?
it's Venice.
Swear to
Yeah.
God.
And they were just saying, radio, the army are going into Glamware to get people home this evening as well.
Go out that.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, as on the road in here, in Centre Park Road, there's a car in the middle of the road abandoned. Some person drove into the water and probably pushed on the pedal, and the water was sucked straight into the engine. I think it's an 18-1 BMW.
Oh, stop.
Straight.
Crazy.
But, listen, it's Ireland, and we get this weather every once in a while.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We just have to roll with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But the reason you're here is your friend passed away through suicide,
That's
and
right.
you wrote a rap song and you have a rap video,
Yeah.
which we'll play at the end of the podcast so people can see and listen.
Perfect.
But do you want to maybe introduce yourself to us?
Alright, first of all, I'm Burkie. I just do my bit of work in hip hop, all that kind of stuff, and do all different sorts of it, be it old school drill music. I do it all. But I suppose a bit of background about the song "We Ain't Mad at Ya" will be
What's it called?
"We Ain't Mad at Ya."
We ain't mad at you.
It's a replica of a Tupac song.
Dead right.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
man,
it. That's where the
yeah.
inspiration comes from. So I suppose a bit of background about that is, it's a long story to be honest with you. But there, Christmas 2021, my mother was rushed into hospital with COVID actually, and we knew no more then. After about 3 days, she was put onto a life support in ICU, just below in Cork. And she nearly died but
How long was she in ICU? Okay.
73 days.
Well, she was on life support for 73 days, and she was there a bit longer because
She had
after
an underlying issue there.
she had about 2 years previous, so her immune system was a bit shot, but it was, we were just being careful as everybody was. We weren't be careful about mixing with people and everything, but she got the COVID, and at the time I suppose you weren't able to visit the doctors, so we were ringing the doctor, and like everything they were saying, just keep indoors and do the best you can, take a few tablets and all the rest of it. But I suppose she was kind of getting worse, but you'd be always hoping that the next day it will be a bit better. And I went into town, it was a Tuesday, I drove in as far as town, and I was in there for a couple of hours, I suppose. And next time when I came home, I looked at her, and she was actually turning blue, And you see, it was just the build up to Christmas was about, I think around the 24th or 22nd. So she was conscious that I don't want to be going to hospital now, Christmas a couple of days away. I said, no, I could see visibly, her lips were gone blue and everything. And so we called an ambulance, and they came out and they done a few tests and everything, and she was turning sepsis. What? So yeah, frightening.
Oh, yeah.
So I took her into hospital basically, and straight into kind of a high dependency unit inside her.
She got sepsis from COVID.
Yeah.
Fucking that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, she got another thing when they were doing it. Yeah, she got an an RSV virus, and at the time it's a virus babies get basically, and they couldn't understand how she had this virus along with the COVID. Yeah. But as time went on, then around a year later, it was very, very common that everybody seemed to have it. So they don't know how it
kind of was.
They mix together, yeah.
So
yeah,
just mad.
Oh, frightening times. I mean, Aidan has two younger brothers now, Niall and Ronan, and
how old are the two lads then?
they were 10 and 12 at the time, 10 and 12, and of course visiting
before Christmas.
Yeah. And visiting, couldn't visit the hospital and stuff, things like that. It was fairly bad, and over the time, I suppose.
I'd say it was bad for yourself, knowing that you could potentially be at home with three boys.
Yeah. I suppose I was numb. I was numb to the whole thing basically, and it hit you so fast. I suppose thinking about it afterwards, if somebody's, we'll say sick, if they've cancer, God forbid, or they've something. Maybe it gets a bit easier, but this just came out of the blue. It was COVID, and to get so bad so fast. She, even to this day, she's still in
in recovery.
Yeah, she's on oxygen most of the time at home, and now she can get out and about now and stuff, but like she came home in a wheelchair, like.
What's her name?
Sandra.
Why is Sandra? Hope you mind yourself, go.
Yeah, she is. Her hardest job is putting up with us.
Yeah,
Stop. So you
But,
get them 3 boys to make you plenty of cups of tea.
Yeah, but like it got to the point in Cork, I mean, like to bring the lads in 4 times to say goodbye to her, like. And,
that's right,
and then, like, I suppose the doctors were doing everything they could, and they seemed to run out of options, and there wasn't much more they could do. And
She on ventilators and all.
oh, she was, yeah. She was in a coma for 50 odd days, like. And basically, anyway, there's this treatment. It's an ECMO machine. It takes the blood out of the body, oxygenates it. But there's only 2 machines in Ireland, and there's one in Leeds, I think, and one in Switzerland. So you can imagine the demand there was. We're in the height of COVID here now, in this, like, so things kind of.
2 machines in the country.
Yeah. I think there's 4. I think there's 4 in total, but 2 of them were put for COVID, and the other of them would be maybe heart or lung transplants, that type of thing, you know. So 2, and the thing about it is when people go onto these machines, they're usually on it for 4 to 6 weeks. So like you either get the machine or you mightn't get it at all, and it kind of. So, and the machine is up in the Matter in Dublin. So even in Cork, when they first mentioned it, they said it about our colleagues in the Matter, and I suppose I thought they ran about the Matter over in Mahon. Like, I didn't realise it was Dublin they ran about. And things this morning anyway, or the evening before, the lads, it was the last time that they were brought in, and what happened was they were doing this proning where they turn the patient on their belly, and it just helps open up the lungs a bit more. And the doctors came in there when they proned her, and she'd be prone for maybe 16 or 18 hours. But when they turned her over, she practically died on the turning over, but she just came back again, kind of thing. And the doctor said they didn't think that the following morning when they'd be turning her back that she wouldn't make it, like, basically. And you know, in the best.
How old was she?
47, yeah. And so they told me basically to come up to the hospital at 5:30 in the morning, that they'd be turning her back, and just to come into the room for a few minutes and just be with her. And they really didn't think that she'd make it, you know.
That'd have a big impact on you. I'm going to call you Burkie because that's your rap name.
That's right. Yeah, it had a huge impact on me. Like, at the time, I kind of had an idea what was happening, but I didn't know as much as what was said. I do now, you know. But I just knew that my mum was sick and she could die, you know. So, like, I'm doing whatever I can to escape it. But, you know, touch wood, I wasn't doing drugs or anything like that, you know, because, like, I was able to cope. But that's where the music kind of came a big part of my life. You know, like, if I was getting a bit stressed out or anything, I wasn't really, you know, I was very numb to the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, if I was just getting sick of it, if I was getting tired or something, all I'd do was put in the headphones or maybe switch on the record player and just listen to my music. And, you know, that's when I'm about my head, you know, I'm vibing. It was kind of my escape, like. But it was around this time, you know, because Mum wasn't home, you know the way now in most Irish households, the mother would be the more...
Well, she keep the place together,
yeah, so she wasn't around, so I was getting a little bit more leeway with being in work. So that was kind of when I started hanging around town a bit more often. You know, a bit more about the street life and that. Yeah. But that was kind of when I met most of my new friends now. So, like, that's when I met Rían.
How close did you become?
We got pretty close.
Did you have a lot in common, like?
Not really. He was just a funny guy. Like, he was really nice.
Yeah. And how old was he?
16.
16.
Was he into the music as well?
No. It was just one of these things, like, you know, you go downtown, you're meeting the lads and just have a laugh, have a crack, and that's it then. Like
the lads, they went to different primary schools. Okay. Like, he was from Ballineen, we were from Bandon, but like they met in secondary school, they went to the same secondary school, St. Brogan's and Bandon. But everybody spoke of Rían that he was infectious, that he just had a way about him. Energy, like. He was like that. He was just drawn. Everybody was drawn to him in his nature, you know.
And what? Like, did he ever speak about anything going on for him?
Nothing, and that was the biggest killer for me. Because, you know, my mother being sick, every morning going to school, and the first thing he asked me is, "How are you doing? How's your mother?" You know, and I just.
Yeah, like he was suffering in silence. Like a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know,
but he was more concerned about you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
I tell you
he was
what.
always there trying to put a smile on my face through what was probably the worst time in my life, like, you know.
Was he a happy-go-lucky
Oh,
guy?
most
Constantly?
down-to-earth fella, you couldn't phase him.
What was it like when you got the news that he was after passing away?
It was rough, you know. I didn't know Rían for that long, you know, but in
But
the
he
time
had,
he was
but he had
there,
a big impact. You know,
huge
and,
impact,
yeah.
absolutely.
And like the day it happened, I collected Aidan and we came home. We went down to in the Shannon, and like I don't know whether it was a training drill or whatever, but as we were going down just beyond the Chip Van Corners, we caught it there between there and in the Shannon. You could see inside in the field there was a massive search and rescue operation going on. Now they might have been training, it might have had nothing to do, it might be just coincidental, I don't know. But Aidan said to me, he said, "Geez, look at him inside." He said, "I wonder who it is. There's someone in trouble there." And like little do we know that 3 or 4 hours later, like he was going to be dealt a blow, and not just Aidan, all his other friends, like and Rian's family and neighbours and everything. I mean, and his mother,
in
like
school,
yeah.
the next day.
All was eerie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, in school, like, you know, the whole... It was just a weird feeling. Like, everybody was quiet for the whole day and everything. Like, you know, you could just tell. No one was happy in school that day.
We did a live podcast in school last night in Carricktool, and they were telling us that a girl passed away, you know, a student through suicide. You know, they're still devastated by it. Like,
Yeah.
No.
You see, at that age as well, if you know, 15 or 16, we were all there. They know everything, like you know, but they know nothing when it comes to it. And like I learned an awful lot from this whole experience as well. It gave me a total different outlook in life. I mean, like the care that people, like everyone, the care that people gave Sanders in the hospital, in COH, above in the Mater in Dublin. Our family, our neighbours, our friends, like, you know, they all saying it takes what do they say in Africa, it takes a village.
Raise a child,
Like,
isn't
I was arriving home and there was pots of stew on the door, and I don't even know who these were coming from. I mean, there could have been somebody trying to kill us. I don't know, you know. But there was, but they didn't,
no drop and put you inside if you're lucky.
but they didn't kill us at all, fair play. But like, I'll never be able to thank people enough for what they've done for us, you know, and it has given me a total different outlook in life, you know.
People, they blow you away.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
the kindness of Irish people when they're down and they're suffering. I think we're a nation of people, because of our own suffering in the past. We know how important it is to be able to look after people.
Absolutely.
To leave them know that they're not their own. We could be killing each other 1 minute.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
We're fucking. Like, you're nearly catching them off at a 20-foot height with your bare hands. The next minute to protect them. We do.
And it's the people that you least expect. Sometimes are the people that do the most, you know.
When you're in need, you know who's there for you, like.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, he passed away. Obviously, very tragic, very traumatizing. When did you start getting the idea then of maybe having a song in his name?
Well, you see, Mom got sick in December, and, you know, that was going on through January, and then it was the start of that February is when Rían died. So, you know, it was then.
Was school on at this time? Like?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, school was on, yeah.
School was on. That's another thing too.
Needing the balloons, wasn't it? That was kind of the initial where it came from, wasn't it? The balloon release.
Yeah. So, like, a day after the funeral, you know, they had this beautiful idea of getting most people in town, all young people, adults, everybody. We all went up to the town park, and we had a load of helium balloons, and they just let them off, and it was such a beautiful thing, like. But it was then they started playing some of his favourite songs, you know, and then after that, you know, one of my friends, they said, "Look, Burke, I know what you're doing. I know you like the music and all that. Can't you do something?" So I did.
Tell me this. Did you sing in public before you sang that song?
No, but I always had a news and confidence. Yeah. So they gave me the speaker. I had a strap on it. I just threw it around my neck, and I put on the instrumental for a big pop up with Biggie Smalls.
Yeah.
And I just done it. I've done it from the top of my lungs, and I shouted it.
Yeah, nice one, kid.
Was that something that you had rehearsed? Did you write that song previously?
No, that's just Biggie Smalls. Like, that's just a song that I like.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So tell, like, that experience, right, of what happened.
Oh yeah, I learned a lot from that experience.
How is the school today? Like, what has the school learned? Because we have to learn from that as a general kind of community instead of one individual or two individuals. What has the school implemented to ensure that when a child is struggling at the moment, that they know there's something there, and if they haven't got the supports or funds to do something like that, in your opinion, what should be done?
I don't really know what should be done, but I'm going to tell you now what I think is happening. I think that teachers are trained to be on point, so like they can hopefully suspect if students struggling.
Yeah.
You know, like my school now, they have guidance counsellors, so if you're ever struggling, they really encourage if you go up to it. Now the thing is, the school don't really talk about it. I think there's a reason behind that like, there's a name on it, but like kind of a copycat effect, I think they call it. They have to keep talking about it, that there might be another one happen.
Yeah.
So that's what I think they're most afraid about, because, you know, like, no school wants that in their name.
No.
You know?
Because it's difficult.
Because you see, as we said already, there was absolutely no sign. So, like, if they're talking to students, they don't know who's, like, the fella that you're thinking is the fella that's in trouble, mightn't be the fella in trouble at all. He might be just that way inclined, and he might be that way his whole life, and there's the person you think is flying it is the person.
Listen, where we come from, suicide is something that happens quite regularly.
We were at a funeral ourselves only a few months ago. A friend of ours, her daughter she passed away at suicide, 14. We were at, that's the saddest funeral I was at, I'd say.
Me too.
It's terrible.
It's devastating, and like,
your whole life is ahead of you, as you see.
There's people
It's
like
tragedy.
You see, we can't understand it, so we can't kind of comment too much, but like it's a permanent solution to a short problem, like, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's I suppose, right, years ago when I was growing up, suicide was classified as a cowardly thing to do by others because we didn't understand it.
Yeah.
You know, and because I've had my own mental health issues in the past, and I buried my mother through suicide, and my mother's partner Brendan, he died by suicide, and a lot of friends have died, you know, by suicide, and every single time, a lot of them, you just, like, my mother was always sick. She was always suffered with her well-being, her mental health. But we've had friends there, like, that have committed suicide, and we did not see it coming, like. We didn't see it coming, you know. And I suppose what was lacking was that kind of, that awareness that they could talk about what's going on.
Well, just when you mentioned that, now talk about, like, a person made a point to me after Aidan Burke the video. I met him in town one day, and he stopped and he said, "Fair play to you, young for the rest of it." And he said that the song in the video, it's a great topic, or to start talking. He said, "We speak a lot," he says, "but we don't talk." And I kind of, understood what he was saying. Like, you can casually speak about something, but like when you're young fella and your mother says, when you come home, I'm going to talk to you about something. You know that's deep. It's going a little bit deeper,
right?
Isn't it?
It's serious,
but it's getting a bit deeper, and it's important to talk. And you see as well, you know, it didn't so long ago, you were seen as, if you were going to talk about, you wouldn't talk about your mental health.
It's classified as weak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
Whereas
we had that kind of mentality in this country, where men had to be men, and you couldn't show emotion, you couldn't cry.
Yeah.
You had to just get on with it.
And like, there's lots of events now as well, like throughout the year. I mean, Aidan there performed in Joy in the Park this year now, in Fitzgerald's Park, and like, Joy in the Park, like, to most people it's fun, happiness in the park, but like, that was named after a girl, Joy, like. And there's a person behind that, like, the same as the group in Canada who picked up an Aidan song, like, Healing to the Max. Like, there's a Max behind that, like, there's a person, there's their son, Max. I think, I'm not sure, it's 6 or 7 years, I think I might have it wrong now. Their son, and basically they're living in Saskatoon in Canada. And seemingly, like, if you saw photographs of this place, it's paradise, heaven and earth.
Yeah.
But it is the highest concentration in the country for suicide in that area. Like, it's just quiet, there's not a lot happening there. And it was their dream then to start the programme and put up support and counselling for parents and families of young people basically affected by suicide.
What Burkie's doing, they've come into?
Yeah, there was somebody contacted them basically for support, and they just mentioned in over the course of time that Aidan was after bringing out the song, and when they sent them on the song, they were just putting this program together. I'll let you talk about that, Aidan. Your music is your gig, as the man said, yeah.
So they're after putting together this very beautiful thing where they'll be touring to all these different schools, doing a little seminar for Canada, you know, the US, just North America really, and they're trying to expand then for as far across the world as they can. But they requested to use my song as the outro song. So like when they go on to all these schools now, they'll be playing my song. So getting the message out there.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Like it,
Oh yeah, it's big.
in the initial launch of the program there now, they're saying that there's going to be 500,000 students hear the song. Like, so it's massive, you know, it has come out of it, like.
What kind of response did you get from the song from Rían's family?
Oh, they're just blown away from it.
Were they?
Yeah.
Have you got contact with them?
I've contacted them. In the video, a lot of the cast, if you will, are the family
I
members.
could see it.
Yeah.
I could see his mother by the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was powerful. Because
Oh,
you
yeah.
could see the pain in her face.
Yeah, and his little sister as well. So, like, yeah.
Like that must have meant so much to them.
Yeah, it was all family and friends in that video, so that was...
You know, that's memory of us.
Yeah, and like it was all recorded in, like they used Broad Strand out in, is it Broad Strands? One of the strands anyway, the back of Court McSherry, that's where they used to go every summer, and that was recorded there, and he was into the jiu-jitsu in Bandon and Galera there, and we recorded some. It was all the videos, all relevant to his life, like, yeah.
That's great. We're going to show a clip of the video there now. We're going to show the video in its entirety.
Perfect.
And for people that's listening, they'll hear it. So thanks for your time today.
No bother, thanks
Best
so
You
of
much.
want to give us one verse of it there before we actually we
Alright.
fold it up?
Once upon a time, not too long ago, back when everyone was happy and could live life slow, everything just took a turn for the worse. I couldn't comprehend seeing my friend in a hearse. And if you're wondering what happened, I am as well. Cause everything just blackened, so now I just dwell. Always the ones that you least expect. They think their life's too hectic, and the only antiseptic is to take their own life. And it just ain't right, don't disrespect it. And please don't ever neglect it, cause you never really know how much deep inside they suffer. Mama always said don't judge a book by its cover. I lost my friend to a suicide. I wish he never died. When the news broke, our whole town cried. It took some strength to make it. The pain, I'll never shake it. Time makes it stronger, so you know that we ain't mad at you.
Fair play, boys.
So one thing just before you go is
They're your words.
yeah,
They're all your own words.
Yeah, I wrote the whole song.
That's powerful.
it comes from the heart, like, yeah. And like at the time when he was going to the recording studio, he had the song put together, and it was the indie, like Nicole, he just wanted to give it a touch, and
That was the female
the girl Nicole,
Yeah.
Nicole Desmond, like she's a Cork girl herself there, and she records her songs are played in radio. Indie, she goes Nicole Desmond, but Aidan asked COCO in the studio, is there any chance that Indie would do the, and straight away she hopped on it, and it really gives it, you know, a nice touch as well.
Yeah, beautiful
so I had to
vocals.
forget her as well, in fairness.
Fair play.
play.
I loved her dresses.
Yeah.
in the forest, and
Yeah.
it was a really it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So well done.
Thanks so
You
much.
know, like, and I wish you the best of luck going forward with your music career and as a family.
Thank you.
So good luck.
Thank you so much.
And
Absolutely.
And hi to Sandra
Yeah.
and Rían's family.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And hope everybody enjoys the video and the song.
Thank you.
Thanks so
for
much.
having us,
Thank
lads.
you.
Thank you.
Slán.
Sinead?
Once upon a time, not too long ago, back when everyone was happy and could live life slow, everything just took a turn for the worse. I couldn't comprehend seeing my friend in a hearse. And if you're wondering what happened, I am as well. Cause everything just blackened, so now I just dwell. Always the ones that you least expect. They think their life's too hectic, and the only antiseptic is to take their own life. And it just ain't right, don't disrespect it. And please don't ever neglect it, cause you never really know how much deep inside they suffer. Mama always said don't judge a book by its cover. I lost my friend to a suicide. I wish he never died. When the news broke, our whole town cried. It took some strength to make it, the pain, I'll never shake it. Time makes you stronger, so you know that we ain't mad at you.
We never got to say goodbye.
So we ain't mad at you.
I try my best to smile
Hell
and
no,
not
we ain't mad at
cry.
reminisce about the day so bliss. But now I wonder, how did it get like this? Once brothers and sisters of the same kind, all harmless but young messes at the same time. Now since you left us, all I can hear is the death is because you bless us. So won't cry because you're gone. Instead I'll smile thinking about how we got along, and just focus on that message in this very song. But now it's one too many peers in the cemetery. His years destined to grieving. That's what I'm seeing through these tears in my eyes. Can't stand to see you pass me by. I had so much to say rather than that plain goodbye. So close to me and many others, we put that on our mothers. Can't stand to see another friend in the earth now. That really hurt now, but Lord knows we're just so alert now. So we ain't mad at you.
We never got to say goodbye.
So we ain't mad at you.
I try my best to smile and not
we ain't mad
cry. I know you're flying through the
So we ain't mad at you.
sky. I'm wishing you were by my side.
So many restless nights, but now I'm fighting for what's right. I wanna see my friends take flight to new heights. Lord knows the pain was enough to make me insane. I wanna look back because I'm trying to keep a sane brain. I'm looking to a bright future, never forgetting about your humor and who you were, our little ruler. Always like a king, made the angels sing. Until we meet again, I'm with you till the very end. But don't worry about it. If there is something I learned from all this, it's like Tupac said, through every dark night, there's a bright day after that. So no matter how hard it gets, stick your chest out, keep your head up, and handle it. We miss you, boy. We love you. Rest in peace.
We never got to say goodbye.
So we ain't mad at you.
Goodbye. I try my best to smile and not
we
cry.